Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel on this very wet February afternoon. There's a small break in the rain, so I thought I'd do a quick update video. So I've just had some new rubber put on the car. Back in November I managed to get some new Cup 2s at a bargain price, 400 quid for the pair. So I just had these fitted yesterday. Excuse the rusty brake discs, but the car has been sitting out in the rain overnight. So basically, I'd been thinking for a while that I wanted to go up from a 285 width tyre to a 305, and a set came up in exactly the right size. Brand new, stickered up, all within date, and they were 400 quid, so half the current price basically. So I decided to go for it. So I had those fitted yesterday. Initially I had a little bit of a panic because, for those of you who have watched the channel so far, I run spacers on the back. 8mm spacers was the widest I could get away with the 285 section Cup 2s. And when we first fitted these 305s, we had to take the spacers off and it still looked as if there was going to be rub. Fortunately, it was just because the car was jacked up and the tyres, the angle of the side of the wheel effectively changes when it's under load on the suspension, and as soon as it's under load it clears just perfectly. So actually, to be honest, I think they've diminished wheel gap further. So yeah, I've shed those 8mm spacers, which ultimately I suppose is a good thing mechanically speaking, because there's nothing between the wheel and the hub. And I've put on my old titanium short standard length bolts, because I happen to keep a set from when I had the original wheels on the car before I got the spacers fitted. So that's all good, and quite pleased. I do need to give them a good clean up and put some tyre dressing on, obviously waiting for a decent break in the weather. But that's also turned my attention to the front wheels, which you can see, although I am wearing slightly wider tyres than stock on the front as well, they're still a little bit shrunken in. So before I got these tyres, or scheduled to have these new rear tyres fitted, I actually went to the expense of buying some new 5mm spacers from a company called Superformer, who are really good. Just in case you don't know them, UK company. Plug in all your dims on the website and the spacers turn up like 7 to 10 days later. Can't recommend them enough. So I had some 5mm ones made up in preparation, thinking that I might just have to reduce the size of the spacer rather than eliminate them completely. But I'm now fairly confident that the 5mm will actually fit on the front, because as you can see, they're a little bit tucked in there. So I'm going to have a play with that tomorrow probably. And the other update that's going on is that I've decided to upgrade my phone charger. So again, if you've watched the channel, you'll know that I made this essentially. So this is my custom phone bracket, which I have whipped out of the car. It's made of aluminium plate. The foam padding here has been pulled out, so that's why it's looking a bit scabby, but I'll be making a new foam block anyway. So I'm actually going to be making a new one of these. I've decided that I want to upgrade the dock here, because this dock is just whoops, nearly dropped it. It's just a 10-watt wireless charger, and with my phone I find that sometimes if I'm running nav and music and a couple of applications all at once, it doesn't keep up with the power requirement. So I've got a new one that's quite similar. It's a little bit more compact, but the same sort of thing, but with 15-watt charging. And at the same time, I'm actually going to upgrade the bracket a little bit. I'm going to use a slightly thicker grade of aluminium, so it's a little bit more rigid. But there'll be an individual update on that coming up. But yeah, it was nice to get on some fully treaded tyres, because I really did wind the others down to the absolute maximum. They'd done 14k, which I think was really good for a Cup 2 tyre, considering the fact that it's quite soft. But I'll update as time goes on, see if I find any obvious grip or handling differences, with the larger section tyre. And that's it for today, guys, and I'll catch you all again soon.